Welcome to Small Talk. My name's Jenny Dowding. I have less contact with children and young people than I used to, but I have one young friend, an 11-year-old girl, who recently taught me a really important lesson. Jasmine is devoted to guinea pigs, and what she doesn't know about guinea pigs and their welfare isn't worth knowing. Recently, she took responsibility for a rather sick animal that whose owners weren't able to care for it anymore. Eventually, even Jasmine's loving and devoted care couldn't save this guinea pig's life, and she bravely accepted the inevitable and treated his death with enormous dignity and respect. I was really moved by how she had given the best care possible to this small sick animal. And she taught me the importance and reminded me of the importance of respect and care for every living thing, however insignificant, and especially those ignored or even rejected by others. And this reminded me of other recent examples of how children and young people have a lot to teach us oldies. Following the awful racist abuse of some of the England players after the Euros, Marcus Rashford received hundreds of letters from children. And here are just a couple of quotes from their letters. "I'm writing to you today because whenever you miss a shot, it might be embarrassing, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You are truly a kind, amazing hero. You should be proud you made it to the finals." And then from 11-year-old Alfie, "I just wanted to write this letter to say how proud we all are of you and the rest of the squad. Coming second may not sound great, but it's amazing. You and your teammates should be proud of yourselves." At the forthcoming COP26, the world's leaders will make critical and crucial decisions and commitments in regard to the climate crisis. And I think they do well to listen to the millions of children and young people around the world who articulately and with an impressive command of the facts and the science are spelling out the realities of the crisis facing us. Do you remember that Victorian saying, "Children should be seen and not heard"? I think that's definitely one to consign to history. Another saying when I was a teenager in church was to refer to us as the church of tomorrow in order to emphasise our value. But an even wiser person told us that we were the church of today. And I'm reminded of a Graham Nash song of 1970 called "Teach Your Children Well." The first verse and the chorus are addressed to adults and encourage them to teach children to make a better job of the world than we have, and urge them to feed them on your dreams. However, the second verse was addressed to children, and the chorus began, "Teach your parents well," and continued, "Feed them on your dreams." What I like about this song is it's inclusive. It says that young and old need each other, and each needs to listen and learn from the other. When Jesus and his friends were faced with an enormous hungry crowd, miles from the nearest food shop, the adults felt helpless. But a young boy offered his lunch, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And Jesus transformed his gift into enough and more for the crowd of thousands. As children returned to school after an enormously disruptive time for them, let's listen to the dreams of children and young people who have so much to teach us in the church and in the world.